Hi, my name is Maddy Willis, and I am a computer information systems major. I'm a sophomore this year from Fort Smith, Arkansas. For me, coming to TU meant that I got to be pretty close to my family still. It's about a 2-hour drive away, so I really liked that aspect of it. And they had one of the best computer science programs in the nation, and I really saw that as a huge draw. So coming into school, I did not know what the computer information systems major was, but I knew that I wanted something that was technical within the technology industry, and I knew that I wanted to be part of a business role. I just didn't know how to get there. And so I came in as a computer science major, and one of my mentors here at school said that she really enjoyed being a computer information systems major, and that she explained to me the functional differences between what a computer scientist does versus what a project manager or a business analyst does, which was more what I was looking for in terms of adding value to the business. So I switched my major to computer information systems, and I really haven't looked back. So one of the great things about TU is the small class sizes and having those relationships with your professors. So my professor was actually one of the huge proponents in finding an internship for this last summer. He helped me through the process of making the connection between I'm a student and here's this employer. We needed that middleman, and my professor was actually that middleman for me. So I was hired on as a CIS intern, and I didn't really know what that would look like going in because I was just a freshman. I was like, I think I know what I'm doing, but probably not functionally. So I was hired on, and at that point, I was still a little bit nervous about the transition from being a computer science major to a CIS major. And what really solidified my choice was the internship. It was seeing what the day-to-day role of a project manager was, because my functional role was a project manager. And it was getting that interaction with the customer and listing all the requirements and going back and forth and making sure that I had a final product that they wanted and that they could use. So my internship this summer was at Gateway Mortgage Group, and they had a project for me in their escrow department within insurance. They had a system that was too cluttered, and essentially they didn't know how to not only unclutter it, like that was the easy part, just getting it clean. The difficult part was making sure that it never happened again. And so we had to come up with a new function for their software that the retail part of the business could implement, so that whenever it came back to us in servicing, we could use the data efficiently. So my project was figuring out a way to for the retail to input information and add that to the software. So I came up with the avenue, and I sent all that information back to IT for them to complete the project. Yeah, so I actually had the great opportunity through my mentor. She suggested my name to a Phillips 66 employee to attend their IT Student Connection event, which is a 4-day event up in Bartlesville where you're kind of like dating a company. You're learning more about them, they're learning more about you. You go through an interview process, and at the end of the week, they either offer you an internship or they wait it out. And I was lucky enough to receive an internship from Phillips 66. So that's another part of why TU is such a great asset, not to only have on your resume, but also to have those connections, because there are successful TU alumni everywhere you go. And even though forming mentor relationships within the campus community really helps within gaining internships and gaining experience and what clubs to join so that you can have experience before you've even gotten your first job. So I think one of the best ways to make those connections is through involvement on campus. One great avenue to do that is student association, which I've been heavily involved with my freshman and sophomore year. I am the executive director of Springfest this year, and that is essentially a week long of fun events, and we host a concert as well every year. It's kind of like a homecoming of the spring. And one of the great parts about Springfest for me is that it's essentially a huge project that I have to manage. So this is giving me so much experience as far as talking to vendors and communicating with other members of student association and getting our PR out and about and communicating what the week's about. So it's essentially just a huge project for me to manage. So that's giving me experience, and I can put that on my resume and talk about that in front of employers because I have had that experience. Quiet room on the 3rd floor of the library. The new you. I love being out there. Oh, well, I've been going to school 8 hours a day. I can do college. So much more work to be done. It was a lot more workload than I was expecting. Professora Garmi, she teaches Spanish. She's awesome. Professor, please don't put that on there.